So I want to talk about, people talk about being chosen all the time, but I want to talk about what it really means to be chosen. Because to be chosen is to mean to go through everything, like on life, on the most difficult setting, from birth, the highest difficulty setting. I mean, just you have no idea what it really means to be following this path. It just at some point in your life, you have to stop blaming like situations and the people around you for the circumstances that you find yourself in. You have to start holding yourself accountable. And a lot of people don't want to do that in today's world with all this instant gratification, and it's just, and we have this like sense of a disposable culture, and that includes everything. Our cars, our material possessions. Everybody's like we're seeking this next new big thing or toy or whatever it may be. It's because you're trying to fill this void inside. And the problem is you're filling it with all these things that bring you no meaning. And that's what people are really looking for, is meaning. So you have to stop looking outside of yourself for what matters. You have to start turning inside. And it's not until you turn inside and you start facing the shadow parts of yourself until you can shed all the layers of the false masks that you have been wearing. And once you do that, you'll eventually find yourself back at the source. And you realize that source is within you. And you are within the source. And that changes everything. Because then you realize that you're not alone. You were never alone. And so then, at that point, you can be an anchor for light. You surrender yourself in the service of others. And it allows you to act with kindness and compassion and grace and dignity and righteousness. Because you know that the source is within you. And so it is our mission here to be the bearers of this light. And for those that are chosen, we have to go through all of life's difficulties for a reason. It's to teach us empathy in all situations, in all circumstances. What we experience in one lifetime would take one individual many lifetimes to experience. And it's because of the time we are in, where everybody has lost themselves. They've lost their way, their purpose. Like, why are we here? We are here for each other, to remind ourselves of who we are, where we come from, why we were created. We were created for love, His divine grace and mercy. And until we slow down and become still and stop being human doers and become human beings and treat each other with the kindness and respect that we deserve. Because when you realize that the source is inside you, and you realize that it's in everybody, because He created everything, or she, or whoever the God is to you when you think about him or her. He created everything. And see, I'm speaking from my perspective, because when I think about God, I visualize God a certain way. But that is not the point of this whole thing. It's not about my God's better than your God, or my God is stronger than your God. What matters is the message. And the message is that we all come from the same place, from the same creation. Everything does. So when you are out there in your daily life, what you have to do is you have to start treating others as you would treat yourself. The thing that I find crazy throughout my daily interactions is I see people with so much turmoil in their eyes and so much chaos and anger and hatred. It's because they see all this stuff around them and they feel powerless to do anything about it. And what it takes, it starts with you. You have to be the change you want to see in others. If you go out there and you're always tearing at people, coming at them sideways, treating them with disrespect, what do you think is going to come at you in return? Where do you think that's going to get you? Instead, when you start approaching people with kindness and compassion, so the thing is like people think that being gentle or soft is a weakness. It is not. I'm gentle because I choose to be. Because I've seen the bad. I've seen all the filth in this world. The evil in people's hearts. The evil decisions that people make. And I have been a victim of those circumstances. I've been through those traumas. Those betrayals. People that I thought loved me. And I poured my cup into theirs. With no strings, never looking for anything in return. The difference is they weren't using me for the same reason. And yet, I still know I don't hold any illness towards them. Because it's not for me to judge. I am not here to judge people. Their actions will. And so that brings me full circle back to what I said about accountability. Because until you start taking accountability for your actions and what you put into this world is going to remain the same. For you, for the people you care about, for everyone around you. So it's not a matter of like forcing your will upon others and saying you're going to do this and you're going to do it my way. What you have to do is you have to lead through instinct and what feel, it's hard because it's like without experiencing all the darkness of the world, you can be easily swayed by like the latest fad or what somebody says that may bring you some semblance of peace for a little while. But until you turn in and you face all the different aspects of yourself, the darkness and everything that you've been through in life, the traumas, everything. And in those memories and everything like that, when you start doing this, you have to forgive yourself in those situations. Because until you forgive yourself in each one of those traumas and those situations that you found yourself into, you will never have like peace within your heart. And so when you compartmentalize all that stuff, all that darkness, the stuff that you don't want to face, and you're like, I'll face that pain another time. By doing that, you lose a sense of self, your wholeness. Because whether we all want to know it or not, there's darkness and goodness in all of us. And it's the choices you make in your daily. So, I guess my message to you guys is just, you have to start turning in instead of looking outside of yourself. That's where you're going to find the answers.